What's up, Red and Gold Nation? This is another warrior from the Chiefs Kingdom speaking. One of those who braves the biting arrowhead cold with a heart warmed by hope, and every now and then swallows some dry anger because of some questionable ref calls. Who hasn't, right? Refs, son of a... Anyway, we're in the thick of OTAs, that period where we're biting our nails, waiting for news, and dreaming of another year of glory. And my friends, one of the sagas that kept us up at night this offseason, even before these practices began, was singular. Who the heck is going to protect the blind side of our magician, Patrick Mahomes? The left tackle spot was more open than a barn door. And that's where Josh Simmons, our 2025 NFL Draft first-round pick, straight out of Ohio State, comes in. The optimistic analyst predictions about the Chiefs' Josh Simmons are already starting to pop up, and one in particular makes us believe the best is yet to come. After all, rooting for the Chiefs is like believing in Santa Claus after you're 30. You know it's complicated, but the hope for a miraculous gift never dies. The left wall, dilemma, Simmons' injury, and Moore's arrival. Let's be honest, the offensive line last season was an emotional roller coaster, and not always the good kind. Mahomes was sacked more than ever in his career, and every time he hit the turf, our hearts sank with him. Why did this happen? Lack of cohesion, injuries, and let's be real, some performances that reminded us of the Matt Cassell days. God forgive me. The front office, aware of the danger, attacked the problem with the ferocity of a hungry Chris Jones. First, they brought in Jalen Moore in free agency, an addition that looked very promising, a breath of fresh air even before the NFL draft. Moore arrived with momentum, and we thought, okay, at least we have a solid option. But then, my dear friends, the draft clock started ticking in the first round, and Brett Veach, our GM, pulled the trigger and selected Josh Simmons. In that instant, all the spotlights, cameras, and hopes of the Chiefs Kingdom turned to the giant from Ohio State. The little problem, and one that makes us scratch our heads more than Andy Reid picking out his dinner menu, is Simmons' left knee. The kid has all the tools, the size of a walk-in closet, and the strength of a tractor to be a dominant impact player in the National Football League, NFL. But since not everything is sunshine and rainbows in football's Garden of Eden, he missed a large chunk of his senior college season due to that treacherous injury. Now, the hope is that his recovery will bring him back to that elite level, the one that had scouts drooling and the Chiefs investing such a high pick. Why all the fuss over a knee? Because, my friends, a subpar left tackle with a QB like Mahomes is like putting a VW Beetle to protect a Formula One car. It's gonna go bad eventually. Both Simmons and Moore are good options for the left tackle position, especially when we remember the musical chairs our OL played last season. The big question mark, the X factor hovering over Jetcha Field at Arrowhead Stadium, is whether our prodigious rookie will have that knee in top shape, 100% healthy, to face the Chargers in Week 1. Watching Mahomes have to scramble for his life like he was fleeing a buffalo stampede was too painful. We remember that Super Bowl LV against the Buccaneers, where he looked like a mobile target. Shivers just thinking about it. We don't want to relive that nightmare. We want to see the Vernet nice to 15 with time in the pocket to work that magic only he can. Those passes that defy physics and make us scream Mahomes magic until we lose our voices. Prisco's prophecy. Simmons, the star to protect Mahomes for years. And amidst all this anxiety, a voice emerges to calm, or further hype up, our hearts. Analyst Pete Prisco, a familiar face at CBS Sports, dropped a prediction about Josh Simmons that, if it comes true, could mean a new era of tranquility for our quarterback and for us fans. Prisco didn't mince words. No, sir! He got straight to the point with the confidence of someone in the know. I think if he, Simmons, is healthy, he's their left tackle. Prisco fired off on the CBS Sports YouTube channel. He acknowledged the investment in Jalen Moore, saying, I know they paid Jalen Moore, but I think if he's healthy, he's their left tackle, and he'll be Patrick Mahomes' left tackle for a long, long time. He's going to be a star in this league. He's the best defensive lineman in this draft. Been hearing that, Kingdom, is like hearing the victory anthem before the game even starts. Why is Prisco's statement so powerful? Because it's not just some random Joe talking. It's a respected analyst who sees star potential in our kid. We know the road is long, that recovering from a knee injury requires patience and a lot of hard work. But Simmons' massive presence, with his skyscraper size and brute strength, would be a massive upgrade for our offensive line. It would be like swapping a drywall for a reinforced concrete wall in front of Mahomes. That pinpoint pass from Mahomes with a busted ankle in Super Bowl LVII was already heroic. Imagine what he'll do with elite time and protection. Of course, the Chiefs' front office, with the cunning of an Andy Reid designing a decisive trick play, was smart to bring in more. It's the classic Plan B, the safety net in case Simmons' knee needs more time, or, God forbid, doesn't return to its former glory. But the focus, the hope, the Red Kingdom's dream is to see Josh Simmons dominating the left trench. The road to Week 1, faith, hard work, and Mahomes' blessing. As the offseason progresses, every passing day is another day for Simmons' recovery. The behind-the-scenes work, the stuff we don't see but is crucial, has already begun and is in full swing. The medical staff, the trainers, everyone is committed to getting him in top shape for the Week 1 showdown against the Los Angeles Chargers. Why so much anticipation for the debut? Because it's the first test, the first chance to see if Prisco's prophecy starts to unfold, if we'll have a new bulwark for our quarterback. Being a Chiefs fan means carrying this eternal faith, even when the situation seems more complicated than understanding NFL holding rules. It's like believing in a happy ending after being down by 3 scores in the third quarter. And often, that faith is rewarded with epic comebacks and unforgettable titles. We've seen Matt Cassell on the field, my friends, so we're battle-hardened. But we've also seen Mahomes' magic work miracles that seemed impossible. The question that won't go away, and that will haunt us until September is, will Josh Simmons be ready to be Patrick Mahomes' shield from the first snap of the 2025 season? We hope so. With all the strength of our Arrowhead roar. We believe in the kid's potential, in the competence of our coaching and medical staff, and of course, in that little bit of luck every champion needs. And there's something brewing behind the scenes that could be the difference maker for Simmons. Mahomes himself is probably already chatting with the rookie, instilling that confidence, that welcome to the family, now let's go win everything. Our leader's presence is a massive motivational factor. But now, I want to know from you, member of Chiefs Kingdom. Do you think Simmons steps in as the starter right away and becomes this pillar Prisco predicted? Or does Jalen Moore start the season while the rookie gets up to speed? Comment down below. Because every Chiefs fan has a unique perspective on the future of our dynasty. And if you enjoyed this analysis full of red and gold passion, smash that chop on the like button and subscribe. Because here we live and breathe Kansas City Chiefs. And if we hit 300 likes, I'll drop a tactical analysis of how Simmons' arrival could further unlock Andy Reid's arsenal. This year is ours again. Is it? Let's go, Chiefs!